Hi Remy, could you tell us a bit about using StudySmart and what advantages it has?
Sure. Well, where do I begin? Well, I think for me as a teacher, I always have two sort of key words, which are organisation and creativity. I think whatever you teach, I mean, I teach media, so obviously creativity does take a large part of that. But I think something like StudySmart enables me as a teacher to harness both of those things very well, and also the students. What I mean by that is the organisational aspects are kind of obvious. You know, you've got a I don't really like the word repository, but you've got a place where you can put your whole course. You know, so not only just put your whole course, but also constantly update it as well, adapt it according to new classes, new ideas, and so on. So I think that's one really, really good aspect. There's a centralised space for you and the students to kind of share for your material. And then on the creativity side as well, I think first of all it can look really good. You know, you can make it look good, make it look appealing for students. Like I remember when I studied at university, our virtual learning environment was really basic and boring, and it really felt like it wasn't part of us. It was very much an institutional thing, and I think with something like StudySmart, we're making it, I think, quite different from that. You know, we're making it very visual. You know, we've got a lot of pictures on there. We've got a lot of audio-visual content as well, like links to videos, you know, video tutorials, and I mean, really the sort of you know, the variety of material that you can put on there is quite, you know, it's quite wide. So I think that's really good for students as well. So they get access to different ways of learning things. So for example, in my marketing and advertising course, if we're doing something about marketing, on that, you know, module, sometimes I'll put a video, you know, with some useful stuff on there. Other times I might put an article or some definitions, you know, a variety of ways of putting things. Because I think, you know, different people obviously do learn in different ways, and also, you know, not only that, but the same person also learns in different ways, you know, because I think if the same person's always learning in the same way, they get jaded, they get bored, and they're not activated anymore. So they're actually not learning in a sort of energetic and you know, turned on fashion. So I think this kind of thing, you know, VLE can really help us to convey things in different ways. So not only as a outside class, you know, tool through which you can, you know, kind of organise your course and then go back to it and get students to upload assignments and so on. But also actually use it in class as well. You know, so you know, you do something comes up, and you could actually then put it on there or get them to put it on there and stuff. So it's kind of it's more kind of hands-on, I think, for everybody involved. So I think on a wider level as well, for a school, it means that we have some quality control, if you like. I think, you know, well, maybe that's the wrong way of putting it. What I mean is some consistency in terms of like the courses and stuff. So, for example, if a teacher's on holiday or something, let's say, and somebody has to cover them, their course is there, you know. And then obviously every teacher has their own flair and their own, you know, sort of way of communicating those points. But at least there's, you know, there's a sense of consistency, and the students feel that as well, and it makes the organisation look professional, I think, which, again, for me, like when I look at it, I feel professional. I feel more professional using this kind of tool than I do like back in the old days, you know, with the sort of like a chalkboard or just a pen and a board, you know.
And photocopies. And
photocopies and written work. Like, I like the fact that the students are learning as well to submit their work properly. You know, where they have to write their, you know, a proper title on their homeworks, not just give you a scrap of paper, you know, and which they then forget about and so on. So I think from the student point of view as well, it gets them really well prepared for university, where they will have to, you know, be professional in the way they approach their work, you know, which means typing it properly, doing spell checks, you know, making it look presentable, and uploading it onto the system as well, because these days, obviously, universities are, you know, maximising their own use of this kind of resource. So I think, yeah, on every level, I think from a teacher's point of view, it's good as well because we get to use our creativity more, you know, and from a student's point of view, they get to exercise the skills that, you know, the wider skills that they're going to need for university, and also they get a model of organisation, which I think some of them need to learn, a lot of them need to learn, if not most of them. You know, they see how to organise things week by week, you know, unit by unit, sub organising as well, and so on. So I think, yeah, it has a lot of wider benefits as well, apart from the obvious fact that, you know, you've got your course there and it looks cool. So.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Thanks.
Sure. No worries.
Bye.
Bye.